Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, including a clip that's only recently made the rounds on social media, where media journalist CT8 made some comical comments about Eminem in a discussion about Verzuz matchups.
What about Eminem and
M gets washed. M gets washed in any verses, bro.
Damn.
Y'all gonna stop it. Y'all gonna stop it.
And we'll get to more on this in a bit, including how rap fans have reacted across platforms on the internet. And I believe takes like this on camera are important, and I'll explain why that is in a bit. We also have more drama surrounding artist Jessie J, where an interaction on a 50 Cent post nearly landed her on the cancellation chopping block. In fact, before the details were out, some were already celebrating her cancellation, since she fell out with Nicki a couple of years ago. Hence reactions like, "Go against Nicki, it's gonna cost ya." And before we continue, remember to hit the like button if you enjoy content like this, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and find me on social media at etlifestyle_web. So back in March 2010, 50 Cent retweeted Lloyd Banks' post, "Happy birthday to my homeboy Tony Yayo. Many more, we got a lot of bottles to pop, it's the unit. Everybody wish my homeboy happy birthday." And I'm sure some of you already know where this is going. So Jessie J retweeted 50 Cent's post, but based on how the platform has changed through the years, many youngins didn't see it that way, so it looks like Jessie J tweeted Yayo and asked everybody to wish her homie a happy birthday, with a word that she's not supposed to use. And this blew up on social media and the judgment started pouring in. "I knew something was suspicious about this woman," one user says, and more like, "Ooh, it's over for her." One user says, "Hey, you really said that word? OMG, you're done." And while this was blowing up, those who knew how Twitter worked back then hopped on to clear things up. To the people getting mad at this, it's a retweet. Old retweets from like 10 years ago appear as normal tweets now, and the cancellation mob was already getting clowned in no time. Please not Gen Z trying to cancel her because they are clueless about how retweets worked back in the day. It's quite unfortunate how generations are given a bad rep by the few loud clueless members, but it is what it is. And guess what? The goalpost has now been moved to keep the cancellation going using 50 Cent's tweet. One user explains, "I don't care if it's a retweet. Why was she retweeting something with that word in it and she's not black? That's just dense." Suffice to say that according to this logic, Lloyd Banks didn't mean everybody when he said everybody. Got it. Now, while Jessie J was facing cancellation due to the retweet, this clip of 50 was making the rounds.
"When I tell you this man is so fine, when I tell you this man is scrump-dilly-icious, he make me wanna, oh God."
Now sit tight, we got more comedy on the way today, and a clip of CT8 talking about Eminem is making the rounds on the internet from his podcast show, Brilliant Idiots. In the discussion about Verzuz battles, they spoke about Jay-Z, Drake, and more. It was all respectful when they were discussing the others, but when Eminem was brought up, it was like someone turned on the switch.
M gets washed in any verses, bro. M don't have the songs like that. M can rap, and we like M
but
as
not
a
against
rapper.
any verses. There are rappers that are worse than Eminem. Like against 6ix9ine.
Yeah, but they got better songs.
You think
Future
6ix9ine
washes Eminem in a
You think
verses.
6ix9ine beats Eminem in a verses?
Depending on the generation.
You a crazy man.
Now, this is not the first time he's made comments like this, 10, 20 rappers that would wash Eminem, but this is the first time he hit new lows with points like 6ix9ine and this.
Yo, M don't got nothing that slap like Gummo to these kids. Yo, Young Thug washes Eminem in the verses. I can name 20 rappers
Renegade
that wash
was
Eminem
fire.
in the verses. Because
Renegade
Renegade is
falls.
fire. Charlamagne's an Eminem hater, bro. You're
Listen,
an Eminem
Eminem-
hater. Eminem or Kendrick? Now
Kendrick.
that's a good
Kendrick, all the
versus.
way.
Kendrick, 18 to
on.
2.
Nah, I don't know, bro.
Yeah, all jokes
Britney,
aside, all jokes aside, Britney washes Eminem in a verse.
Yo,
Shut the...
Now, before we get to reactions so far, people always make claims that Eminem fans are the worst, or his fans are the reason why Eminem gets hate, but when you check the popular sphere, people with a following in media, you realize that all the ridiculous statements about Eminem are all made by his critics, not fans. The CT8s, the El Jamars, the Rats, oops, I meant the mice, OGs will catch that one, and more. And I say videos like this are great, so you see the rationality of the Eminem hater today. They stack up the ammo to assassinate their own character, since more videos like this give people more reasons to not take their opinions seriously. Same happened to El Jamar, as the hate begins to sound comical. This has sparked discussion so far. On Reddit, for instance, a user makes a great point. No point in dissing media personalities like Charlemagne or Joe Budden. All they'll do is use their platform to push a negative narrative. They have an advantage in terms of speaking to the public more frequently than M, despite not having as many fans. And to be honest, even rappers are like this today. Some that Eminem took on tour and later dissed would rather bring him up randomly in interviews than address M on a record. On the report about this, some believe this is just desperation on his part to get views. Who and who? Laughing emojis. Desperate to get them podcast views up yet again, I see. Don't fall for this, cause the hip hop podcast war for views is currently on and popping, now that Rory and Mal and AK have entered the chat via Spotify, and the clip comes from a podcast recorded back in March, but it's only making the rounds in August. Another adds, at this point is desperate for another mention in a song. This man said 6ix9ine, laughing my bum off. And now some believe this? Charlemagne, the male Wendy Williams. So y'all trying to diss Wendy now? She's not gonna like this one. Some believe Eminem features alone would suffice like this. Laughing my bum off, nobody finna watch Eminem. What they gonna play when Eminem played Patiently Waiting? And since Britney was brought up, a user adds, like, isn't Britney pop music? Aren't Verzuz battles about people in same genre, hip-hop/rap? Wouldn't it be like saying Dr. Dre would get washed against Elvis? Totally different battle. Like I said, this only works against him at this point, his reputation. Imagine arguing with someone about M and they say, in quotes, even Charlemagne said this about Eminem. Conversation over when clips like this exist. But over to you guys, comment below and see you on the next one.